I have a special guest author joining me today on Primetime Local News. Kathryn Hotte is here. Kathryn at one time lived in Cold Lake, and she has written a book that we're going to be talking about today. So before we get into that, Kathryn, thank you so much for joining me today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for asking me, Stacy.
Let's talk about this book because it is a very interesting and very timely subject to discuss. And it's called Texting to Talking. And basically, it's about how people can get addicted to these phones, and you lose your actual communication skills almost. I think is kind of the gist of it. But I'll let you explain it better since you were the author. So tell me about this book, Kathryn.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I think, what inspired me to write the book, first of all, is I used to be a corporate trainer for a large corporate company, a shoe company. I was with them for 22 years, and my last position with them was the Director of International Training and Development. So it sounds really glamorous. I got to travel the world doing training on all kinds of topics you can imagine, meeting all kinds of people from all walks of life. And as I noticed over the years is that as we were gaining more and more access to the internet and social media, was becoming more prevalent, that we were losing that connection. And I think it came to me at one point. I said, we're the most connected we've ever been in our lives, and yet we're the most disconnected. And so here we are on a planet of 8 billion humans, 8 billion plus humans in the world, and our human connection is just dissolving, our human to human, so our one-on-one conversations. And anxiety is through the roof as well, right? So I'm talking to people from all over the world. They're all, and when you talk to people from all over the world in different countries, you realize that we all have the same problems. We all worry about our kids. We're all upset with some political statement that somebody's made. We're all dealing with the same issues. But the one that kept coming back over and over again was the fact that my kids can't get off their phones. They're addicted to their devices. And our youth especially. And so I have a day job, which I wear many hats. And we're finding that, our teens especially are really not comfortable even just going in for an interview. And they're asking things like, well, can't I just do it on Zoom? No, this is a retail job. You're going to have to go in there and shake somebody's hand. And they've just lost all their social skills. They really don't know how to do this. And they're anxious. They're very anxious. Even when you see them in a room of people, they're all sort of in a huddle and they're all on their phones, right? So I'm seeing this over the years, and I think if we don't start using our voices and connecting human to human, evolution is just going to take our voice box away. That's what I feel. We won't have to speak anymore.
Right.
So that's kind of what inspired me to do the book. The book really, honestly, in a nutshell, is really to just focus on looking at the problems that we face. I've got some self-assessments in there, like, am I addicted? Am I really addicted? So there's self-assessments in there. And also, looking at some of the statistics and some basic solutions. I've even got interviews. I didn't want it to just be me saying there's a problem. I wanted to ask people. So I've interviewed about 17 interviews in the book, from parents and a teacher and a police officer and IT tech guys who also have kids, and they're concerned about how much time they're spending on their devices. And so, and just some simple solutions in the book.
Kathryn, is there hope to possibly change this? And especially the younger generation, as you said, they have grown up with all this technology, so they don't know what it's like to be out and have to have your mom call you to come in for dinner because she can't text you to do so, right? So,
That's
is
right.
there hope to break this cycle?
Yeah, and we talk about youth, and it's not really fair, but because the parents also have a problem, right?
Right.
We're also addicted. And I mean, I get it. Like, we have to have these things in order to operate. And in the book, I do have 3 chapters. One's called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Okay. So there is good. I mean, we can do internet banking on our phones. Right. Cool. Right. The bad is when it comes to some of those, physical and medical side effects. Like, I've got lots of examples in the book. Like, one of them is this sort of, the inactivity is the new smoking, because we're not doing anything, right? And so there's been studies on that. Also, radio frequency. I show people to go into their settings and look at what it says actually in your phone about radio frequencies, and how you shouldn't really use it like this, that you should actually use it away, that you shouldn't have it, beside your bed at night.
Well, Catherine, this is a very interesting and, as I said, very timely subject. And you're going to be in Lloydminster October 27th for a book signing. So we invite people to come out and see you there and chat more about this book. In the meantime, if anybody would like to get a copy ahead of time sent to them, Catherine, where is the best place to order this book?
Yeah, so thank you. Yes, I am going to be at Kohl's October 27th, 12:30 to 4:30. I also have some door prizes. People can put their names in, and the door prizes have nothing to do with tech. They're everything to do with no tech. I have an origami bookmark that they can create and use in the book, so I've got some of that as well. Um, and yeah, you can buy it on Indigo. Kohl's is part of Indigo, so you can buy it on Indigo. It's also available on Amazon. It's at Walmart, Barnes and Noble. It's all over the internet, so you can definitely purchase it there. I'm also hoping to look into the community in Lloyd and see who would like me to come out and talk about this topic, because I've done many workshops on it. And I even have a workshop called Texting to Talking Go, and Go stands for Get Offline. So, if there's a community organization, schools, colleges, businesses that would like me to come out, I'd like to chat with them and see how we can get this out there and get people to get off their phones. Just turn them off, guys. 1 hour. That's all I want. 1 hour. 1 hour.
Start slow and work your way up.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, Catherine, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. And we will see you here at the book signing again, October 27th at Kohl's in the Lloyd Mall.